And a good Thursday evening to you. I am First Alert meteorologist David Ernst here with a weather update. You can find me on Facebook at David Ernst, WBAY meteorologist. We're streaming this live on the WBAY TV2 page. We've got it going to YouTube, and push alert was sent into the news app as well. And this is not being streamed in the weather app, but at times we may get into situations where severe weather coverage will be there. You can take that to your safe place. So if you don't have our free weather app downloaded, not a bad idea to head to your app store. You can always go to either the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store and search WBAY First Alert Weather, and you can find it that way, or got the QR code right here on the screen that you can use to head on over there. Bruce, Denise, nice to see you on here this evening. Looking at our next weather maker. It started up earlier today as we were talking about all week long, really, looking at a more widespread rain chance arriving today, and that did transpire. We will see off and on showers, thunderstorms continuing at times tonight, tomorrow, and on Saturday, and then we should start to dry things out for the second half of the weekend. It will be warmer and muggier tomorrow, slightly cooler on Saturday, back into the warmer stuff on Sunday, but not as humid, and then next week really is just looking absolutely gorgeous. Lots of sunshine, seasonable temperatures with highs in the upper half of the 70s, lows in the 50s, low humidity. So it's going to be turning very nice and pleasant towards the middle part of next week. Now, today, high temperatures were somewhat limited. We had lower to middle 70s across most of the area, so a little cooler than it has been of late. Let's go ahead and take a live look at First Alert ViperMax radar. Now, this is live if you're watching us live. If you happen to see this tape, we've got it timestamped there at the bottom. So this is just almost 8:45 here. Let me switch my mouse over. We do have some heavier rainfall getting, well, where'd it go? Let me get, there she goes. I don't know, my computer is across the room, so sometimes the signal does not quite reach the way you would want it to. But we'll see if we can get through nonetheless. There we go, zooming on in, taking a closer look here into southern parts of Shawano County, right through the Clintonville area, northern Outagamie. Some heavy rainfall here. No thunder or lightning with this activity, but definitely some heavier downpours to be expected. This is lifting kind of southwest to northeast, so we do have some lighter rain showers up around Howard, Swamico right now into Brown County. Pulaski seeing some light rainfall. You may get into some of the heavier stuff and certainly would expect it anywhere along Highway 29 between Pulaski and Shawano. Down the line here, this shower be heading up towards Oconto Falls, Stiles area. So we're going to continue to watch pockets of heavier rain like this. The only thunderstorms that we've got ongoing right now in the state back towards the La Crosse area, or southeast of La Crosse, and just 4 lightning strikes on that. You can see on the far northeast, left or right side of your screen, excuse me, we are looking at the first wave of that steadier rainfall that did push through. We'll go ahead and take a wide view here from our satellite and radar composite, and we'll go ahead and zoom the map out just a little bit more just to give you a little bit of perspective here. It might take actually, I'm surprised. Usually when we zoom the map out like that, sometimes it takes a little while for the cloud data to load in, just because of how much data is actually coming into the system with the newer satellite imagery. But you'll notice this swirling area of cloud cover right here, still over Minnesota. That's the area of low pressure that is driving everything. So we had the first wave of rain push through the area. Tomorrow, this low is going to slide over Wisconsin, and that will lead to another round of showers and thunderstorms. The severe threat for tonight is going to be more focused where you see the severe thunderstorm watch boxes there. So that's Iowa into northern Missouri and on into central, north central parts of Illinois is where we would be looking at that. Denise, it's a little far out for the weather next Sunday. You generally, once you start getting beyond 5 and 7 days, it's not too reliable. I'll pull up some graphics here and show you the 6 to 10 day outlook, and that'll give you a sense of where things are trending in terms of warmer, cooler, and drier or wetter. It does appear that at least through the latter part of next week, we should stay dry. In fact, let me go ahead. I'll switch computers here just to answer the question, then we'll get into predictor. So I'm going to call up a different source. Now, you're not going to be able to see what I am typing in. This is just a website that I use to help me put a forecast together. It has a lot of different weather models on there, and so that's what I'm going to be looking at really quickly here, just to get the, I don't know if the zero-Z numbers probably aren't in quite yet, but we will check this out nonetheless and just see what the European and the GFS are showing in terms of precipitation towards the end of next week. If my computer wants to cooperate, and not working as well as it should right now, or at least this website is not loading up as quickly as it usually does. But that's the way technology goes. When you need it, it always seems to sense that you're in a hurry and will, of course, slow itself down. So while we're waiting for that to load, I'll go ahead and cut back over to my other weather system here. We'll take a look at the severe weather outlook for tomorrow. So this is going to be for Friday, and SPC has not changed this. Still has the marginal risk area for severe weather really essentially through the Fox Valley and areas southward. So this would be where we've got the greatest potential tomorrow to see some stronger thunderstorms. And I would say it actually, to me, looks a little more favorable tomorrow versus today. We've got that area of low pressure overhead, and the temperatures are going to be warmer. It's going to be muggier tomorrow as well. So let's go ahead and get into that forecast then with First Alert Viper Max. Now my computer did load up here, so we'll try and do a little multitasking and get that chart pulled up. But as far as things go tonight, the area of rain that we saw into Shawano, essentially predictors a little bit behind on that one. Excuse me. So it shows the storms that were back towards La Crosse kind of bubbling up and heading in this direction, but it didn't really pick up too well on the batch of showers we've got coming through. So when we were looking at the radar, like I described, we will continue to watch those showers that build up towards the Oconto and eventually Marinette areas, and then we're watching what's coming in from the west with time tonight as well. Might have a few rumbles of thunder. Certainly there'd be some heavy rainfall in it, but I'm not expecting any severe weather across our area tonight. We will then likely start your Friday dry, and in fact going through most of the morning and into the afternoon dry, and may also begin to see some sunny breaks in those clouds, which would aid in getting temperatures a little bit warmer, making things a little bit more unstable. So as we head into the mid to late afternoon, you see those showers coming on through the area, and little dots of red in the mix would indicate the pockets of heavier rainfall in those individual thunderstorm cells. So it's not out of the question, perhaps, that we do see an isolated severe warning somewhere for damaging wind gusts or hail. And then, of course, as we've been outlining all week long, heavy rainfall would certainly be a concern with these storms as they come through the area tomorrow. So there might be an isolated strong to severe storm tomorrow, but overall we're keeping the severe weather outlook, that risk, between low and moderate. Temperature-wise, right now, we are looking at readings still holding in the upper 60s to around 70 degrees, and these numbers really don't change too much through the night. Now, as I mentioned, it is going to be warming up when we get into your day tomorrow. So we will start the morning out with temperatures a degree, 2, 3 cooler than where we are right now, upper half of the 60s for most of us, and then those high temperatures are going to be pushing their way into the low 80s, some upper 70s on the board as well. So, 5 degrees, 6, 7 degrees warmer than it was today, and it will also be a muggy day. We're looking at the humidity levels certainly getting up with dew points, upper 60s, lower 70s, so rather uncomfortable. Anytime you're above 60 degrees, you do start to feel that humidity, and when you hit the 70s, that is just downright tropical. So it is going to be uncomfortable tomorrow, maybe not as hot as it could be, so when you step outside in that sunlight, it's probably going to feel warmer than 80 degrees, but it's not going to feel like it's 100 or something like that. But those warmer conditions and the higher humidity here could certainly lead to a better potential for a few of those stronger thunderstorms, or at least help facilitate those heavier downpours. We'll go ahead and take a quick look at Saturday. What I'm looking at on my other computer right now, Denise, if you're still on here asking about next weekend, both the European and the GFS longer range forecasts do keep us dry. GFS does try to develop a little shower activity into Thursday next week, but still has the weekend dry. So once we get out of this weather maker, this unsettled pattern, it looks like we are going to stay relatively quiet and dry for about the next week. So that does bode well for any outdoor plans, weekend plans, and I'll leave you with the extended forecast here before we go. Quick look at your Saturday forecast. This is going to be Friday night into Saturday. Again, like tonight, I think there'll be a lot of us that do stay dry into Saturday morning, but then as we warm up during the day, you notice that we do get some spotty showers and storms tracking on through the area. I don't expect that the rain is as widespread as what we will see, or what we did see earlier today, or what I would expect for tomorrow, but you still could end up with several showers at various times on Saturday. So, if you're outside for 8 hours, you may be dry for 6 or 7 of those hours, but there might be 2 or 3 showers or a thunderstorm that does track across the area as well. So there could be some rain and storms to dodge, but I don't want to give off the impression that it will be a washout type of a day. Winds on Saturday could be a little on the breezy side, but instead of like they were today out of the south and the southeast, it's a northerly wind, 10, 15 miles per hour sustained, gusts 20 to 25. And that will have the gradual impact of lowering temperatures and dropping the humidity. So that dew point trend, so the humidity here is what we're tracking. Again, higher that number is, the muggier it is. And you'll note that around 70 tomorrow, upper 60s on Saturday, and then low 60s on Sunday. So just slightly humid on Sunday. And getting into the early and middle part of next week, just again, looks like it will be absolutely beautiful weather with temperatures in the 70s for afternoon highs and lows down in the 50s. Quick look, we'll show you the rain outlook here for the next 5 days. And you see, anytime you get into those shades of blue, it's around an inch of rainfall. And I would still expect that most of us come in with, inch and a half or so of rain over this 3-day stretch today, tomorrow, and on Saturday. And then after that, the forecast looks quiet and dry. I did mention that we would show you a few of the extended plots here. So this is your 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. So this is looking at, this weekend, next weekend, and you'll notice that there's a large portion of the area that's back above average. So when you think about the middle part of next week, it's a bit slightly below average, and then it's likely that we'll see temperatures trend back above average, which for this time of year just means upper 70s, lower 80s. So not necessarily heating up in large fashion, but turning a little bit warmer. Let me see if I have the precipitation graphics in this show. I may not. We may have to load them in for somewhere else before we get the extended forecast popped up. So let me go ahead and find the 8 to 14 day. You're looking at 8 to 14 day temperatures, and there is the 8 to 14 day precipitation graphic. So what this would show you is that a large portion of the midsection of the country looking a little bit drier than average, and that does line up pretty well with the extended forecast that we have, in that we're looking at after Saturday, really. Dry weather, temperatures slightly below average there for Tuesday, and then normal Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. So seasonable is what we would call that for next week. Nighttime temperatures, very nice. 50s feel great in August, warming up enough in the afternoon that wouldn't have to worry about kicking some heat on. You can leave the windows open at night for a little free air conditioning, and low humidity. It should be absolutely gorgeous. But we do have some unsettled weather to get through first, so be safe out there if you're traveling in this heavy rainfall when it does come down. Try not to drive through any flooded roadways, and if we have any stronger thunderstorms tomorrow, obviously you'll want to pay attention to the weather as they are rolling in. I will have an update coming up here on Action 2 News at 10 o'clock in about 35 minutes, and then you can follow that up tomorrow morning with Chief Meteorologist Steve Baylon.